timber rattlesnake. That is really, really cool. Okay, second day in a row we got a timber rattlesnake. You can hear that rattle. That is really cool. Okay, first of all, if you have not seen this video, Insane Herping in the Mountains, go watch that now because this is part 2. The link is in the description below. Now, if you're still watching, I'm going to assume that you have seen that video, so you'll remember that we left off with the first herp of day 4, and that is right where this video will begin. Okay, right here we've got the first herp of the day. My dad said I'm not allowed to get bit by any more snakes, so I'm being more careful with them. I was using this reed to hold his head up, and he has struck a few times, but he's actually not as aggressive as some other ones. I'd say he's probably a young adult. He's quite a bit bigger than some of the juveniles that I've found. So there he is. He's got some nice banding on him. Ow. He bit me. My dad said I'm not allowed to get bit by any more snakes. I'm being more careful with them. Okay, I'm gonna let this guy go right back in the water where I found him. Okay, second herp of the day, and it is 5 o'clock. This is a little tiny juvenile northern water snake, and it is actually very likely that I caught this earlier in the week, so I'm just gonna hurry up and let him go right away. I actually found this guy swimming under a rock in the water. I just saw his tail go under, and I was able to flip the rock and get him out. It's not a snake, but it's still pretty cool. It's like some kind of fish that just kind of let me pick him up. He was in the water. That is weird. That is really weird. Okay, it's almost 9 o'clock, and this is the biggest frog I've ever gotten in my hands. If you cannot hear it in my voice, I cannot believe this is actually happening. I've been chasing these guys around all week. This is the first one I've actually been able to get in my hands, and I'm guessing this is the only one around. I've heard him calling a few times, but this is an American bullfrog. Now, these guys are very territorial, so that's why I'm saying he's probably the only one around, because they will chase each other away. Look at that beautiful yellow throat, those amazingly long legs, and yes, I am in my pajamas right now. Man, that is amazing! But anyway, don't have much time. I'm going to go show my family and then let him go. Okay, now it's pretty dark. I haven't even had him that long, but it started getting dark fast. But anyway, I'm going to be taking this guy and letting him go. So I found him in this kind of pond, and it's where all the baby snapping turtles and tadpoles and breeding frogs, it's where you'll find all of them. So here's the last look at this bullfrog, and I'll just put him in the water. Oh, there he goes. Okay, here's this Eastern American toad that I got right next to this outhouse at about 10 o'clock at night. So this is going to be the last herp of the day. This morning, I am on a trail that runs right next to the creek where I will be looking for turtles. Good morning, everyone. I've started today by walking along this creek. It's about 8:30 right now, and I've been looking for snappers, but instead I found a wood turtle. So I'll get you guys a better look at that guy. Here he is. I love how colorful these guys are on the bottom. Just plain brown on top, but then they've got some nice orange and yellow. And they're not the smallest of turtles. They get pretty big.
So that's cool. Hi there. Anyway, I'm just gonna let this guy go back in the water where I found it. Okay, so I was giving up and walking back when I looked down and saw that turtle. Look at that thing. I'm gonna show you how big it is without getting bit, hopefully. I'm gonna put my hand on its shell. That is crazy. I'm not gonna pick that up, okay? You were probably getting a little worried there, but no. I'm just gonna back up and let that thing be. That is so cool, but also terrifying. Okay, right here we've got a DOR, juvenile rat snake. Now DOR means dead on the road. So this guy got run over by a car. But if you look at him, you can really actually see pattern, which the younger ones really have. Now this one isn't a hatchling. The hatchlings have very obvious patches on their back, but this guy still has quite a bit of pattern on there. And I did move him off of the road, so that's why he's on this rock right now. But that's really a disappointment that couldn't have gotten to this guy alive, because I really want to see a living rat snake. This is a Midland rat snake. So that's pretty cool. Okay, that is an American bullfrog, and that is a bronze frog. So they're both pretty big frogs. Just the bronze frog is obviously much smaller. They have like a top size of around 5 inches, with the bullfrog having a top size of 8 inches, which I find incredible. So I'm gonna see if I can get my hands on any of these guys. Okay, today has not been very good. It has not been very successful. It's already almost 8 o'clock, and we found a few turtles in the morning, but that's really it. So I guess I'm going to show you one of these little baby snapping turtles that we can really come out here and find whenever we want. Now, this is my cousin Riley. We're gonna see if she can find it. Okay, so it's in this pond over here. I'm gonna point right at it the whole time, and you're gonna have to find it, okay?
Okay.
So right where I'm pointing. Well, you just have to say if you see it, okay?
Is it under a rock?
Nope. It's pretty much out in the open, actually. She found it! Okay, it's almost 10 o'clock, and I've got this bronze frog. So these are pretty big, not quite as big as bullfrogs, but still pretty big frogs. And he was actually in a very strange place. Usually you find them right next to the water, ready to hop in right away. This guy was just up here. There is the creek down there. You can't really see it, but he was just kind of in a strange spot. So that's pretty cool. But I'll let him go, and this will be the last herp of the day. Okay, it is about 9:40 in the morning, and we've got our first herp of the day. If you can see it right there, it is a toadlet. So this is probably just a tadpole a few days ago, but now it looks just like a little tiny toad. Which is really cool. I'll get him in my hands to show you him more. There, now you can kind of see his size. He is so tiny. But anyway, pretty cool. I'll just let him go. Timber rattlesnake. That is really, really cool. Hear the rattle? So I don't want to get too close to this guy. I have it zoomed in pretty far, but this is a yellow-faced timber rattlesnake. The only member of the genus Crotalus in Pennsylvania. Okay, so that rattlesnake was really cool. Unfortunately, I had to shut off the camera because a car was coming, so we had to quick get it out of the road. But I see those every year I come up here, and they never cease to amaze me. Those are just amazing pit vipers. They are just so cool looking. They are some of the just most cool looking patterned snakes in the herp world. They are really cool. So I'm kind of disappointed I didn't get any pictures or anything, but at least I got a video. But, so I found that guy when I wasn't driving. My parents were driving. And we were going to a different park that's close to here to go swimming. And now we're back. I'm out on my rocks by my pond. Well, it's kind of like a pond, I guess. But anyway, I've got a bronze frog. A nice big one. And it's a male. I know that because of its yellow throat, which is pretty cool. But anyway, yep, he's pretty big, and it took forever for me to get it. These guys are so hard to catch. Probably even harder than bullfrogs, even though they're not nearly as big. So that's pretty cool. I'll take some pictures and let it go. Okay, Froggy, I wish you luck. And you're not going to go anywhere. Oh, there you go. Okay, it's getting a little later now. It's about 7 o'clock, and the snakes just really don't seem to be out. I saw one water snake, and it got away. It was kind of in the distance. So I decided to come back out here and look for frogs, and I got my first one. It is another bronze frog. This one is actually a female. You can see it does not have a yellow throat, so that's how you know it's a female. And I think it might actually be a little bit bigger than that other one. And it's kind of got some spotting on its back, which is kind of cool. The other one had very faint spotting. This one is a lot more obvious. So, second bronze frog of the day. This one was actually a little easier to catch. But, yep, there it is. And I'll just let this guy go. Okay, the last few days have been really slow. Herps that we've seen have been few and far in between. So, yeah, that's the first few days were really good, and then the next ones we're really not finding much. So today, just like we did yesterday, we're going to a different park, so I can go swimming with my family. And to get there, we have to go over miles of just gravel road that goes straight through the Appalachian Mountains, which will be really nice because we'll probably get to see a snake crossing somewhere, maybe a turtle too, because we've seen those in the past. We might even get to see another rattlesnake because yesterday we saw one. So that would be really cool. That might be the only herp you see today though, because it is really hot. But anyway, I'm really hoping we see something when we go there. Okay, second day in a row we got a timber rattlesnake. This one is actually a black phase instead of a yellow phase. And that is actually really cool. It's about the same size as the one yesterday. So my dad's gonna quick move it off the road with a stick. You can hear that rattle. That is really cool. Well, this is nice. Turns out that rattlesnake wasn't gonna be the only herp of the day. I was just walking around and he slithered off right in front of me. It is an eastern garter snake, a subspecies of the common garter snake. It's a good looking one too, it's almost greenish. Hi there. Anyway, I'll just let him go before he bites me. And he just bit me, okay. That's cool though. Okay, third snake of the day. This guy is really actually a big water snake, definitely the biggest of the trip. And I was not expecting him at all. So he's got some actually really pretty looking pattern for one this size. Usually when they get this big, they turn more just plain brown or gray. Last time I caught one this big, it was very boring. It was just plain brown. And he calmed down pretty fast. And he still hasn't bitten me yet, which is impressive. But usually the belly is a little lighter in color, and he's just an overall really cool looking snake. Here's another look at him. He's not very happy anymore. But he's still really cool looking, and you'll see he can really flatten his head out to try to look like a copperhead, which is why people kill them so much. So yeah, there he is, northern water snake, Nerodia cypedon. Third snake of the day, possibly the last of the trip, although hopefully I'll find something else. That's pretty cool. Okay, now I'm gonna let him go in the creek where I found him. I actually picked him up right out of the water. I'll show you how well these guys can swim. It's kind of cool to watch them swim in the water.
That'll be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I'm Micah. Subscribe, learn more, and go herping.